We're talking a Spider-Man No Way Home, shattering the internet. A Disney Plus show getting canceled after only one season. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania news. Reviewing Hawkeye and so much more. Let's get it started.
We're all...
It is Friday night in Phoenix, and you're locked into the best damn geek podcast in all of the land. That is the Absolute Geek Podcast. I am Matt.
I'm Lance.
And we'll be joined by Max soon. He's busy picking dingleberries out of his beard or something like that.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
He got all the dingleberries combed out real quick. Good to see everyone. Of course,
dude. Why do you have to? So you say the best damn geek podcast all around. Why do you have to put that caveat of geek podcast? I think we're the best podcast.
Well, you know, I think no, because you got people
you
like
want to
Joe
show
Rogan
a little
out there.
humility.
You got, you got to show a little bit of humility, and then you can't sit there and say we're better than Joe Rogan because we have nowhere near. We're not even.
Well,
in the same
we got one
universe as Joe Rogan.
We got one thing on Joe Rogan. We're not out here preaching anti-vax news, so that's one thing.
I mean, you've already been accused of being QAnon.
I know, right?
So you never know. You never know what's going on out in this.
Hey, man, I got vaccinated back in May. I'm not going to let the right-wing media or left-wing media or whatever dictate what I do.
Have you gotten your booster yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you're garbage. You're garbage.
I need to, but they
garbage.
Said I don't think you can get the Johnson & Johnson booster yet, right?
Come on, man. You know, like Omicron's out there, bro. Omicron
is just freaking transformer.
Yeah. Omicron is just standing outside your house waiting for you. It came all the way from South Africa. It's here. It's ready for you.
So I was reading
Omicron is
an
ready
article.
To see you now.
I was reading an article. I think it was on like where'd Max go?
He got put in timeout.
Why did I get put in timeout for?
I don't know. I went to slide my keyboard back in. I accidentally hit the enter key on the number pad, and it like removed you for some reason.
I was like, "What'd I do?"
I was like, "What the hell did he say?"
And then I tried to add myself back in as he was adding me in, and it didn't.
So
work.
I was reading. I think it was on CNN that saying that there goes Max, or there goes Matt. It's not even. It's not even. Let's just play Russian roulette here. How about?
Well, now Matt's not in the top, so
there we go.
We got to fix this. I'm removing. There we go. There we go.
Matt's gonna change the password to our logins.
All right, kids.
Oh man.
Don't make me lock the windows. All right.
I don't like
hide your kids and hide your wife. Okay.
I'm definitely a bottom feeder.
Oh my God.
There we go.
I didn't do it.
Bro,
right, are we good now? Is everyone good now?
Can I finish my fucking thought? What the fuck? No, Omicron is like Delta is still worse than Omicron or
Omicron.
So you don't want to be a geek podcast then. You want to be a vaccine.
Yes,
podcast?
I want to talk about real shit. When is McDonald's bringing the McRib back?
It's already back, bro. It's been back for a month. It's been back for a month.
I don't eat McDonald's. It was just the first thing that popped in my head.
You know what? You say that, and now the wife's out of town. That's why I was a little late because I had to put the kid to bed first. And now I'm like, shoot, should I go to the store and get a rack of ribs and make myself my own McRib tomorrow? Because that sounds pretty good.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Are you planning on inviting
me
over?
Uber Eats yourself a McRib right now.
I've been
for you after the show's over.
I've been trying to invite you and like 6 other guys over, and you've all said no. So I know.
It's called Omicron's lurking.
It's Omicron.
Omicron.
Is it Cron or Con?
I don't know. I just say Omnicron because it sounds like a Transformer, so it sounds better. Sounds more epic.
Just wait for San Diego Comic-Con to issue that lawsuit.
Yeah.
Autobots roll out.
They're gonna call it Omni Fan Fest.
You can't call it Omnicon. You trademarked it.
Omnicon.
Oh man.
That's what you call a QAnon gathering, is Omnicon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, boys, we're back after a week off. How did you guys' Thanksgivings go? You clearly survived family and the looming threat of Omicron. So
yeah, man, I had a good time. We decided this year it's finally time to switch off for Thanksgiving, because my wife's parents are divorced, so that means we have 3 Thanksgivings. We got my parents and both of her parents, and it's just a lot to juggle. And so we decided this year to only go to her dad's on Thanksgiving, and so it was kind of nice. We only had 1 Thanksgiving that day because her mom always does Black Friday, so it was just chill. It was good. I certainly enjoyed myself. Also, watching Hawkeye was pretty nice. I enjoyed getting to watch Hawkeye, which I know we're talking about later.
Yeah, I got a lot to say about that. I loved it. Nothing bad, but I'm just saying in how good Marvel is at keeping secrets. They kind of let the cat out of the bag pretty early by
They haven't let anything out of the bag. Everyone's just freaking out, but we'll get there later.
Yeah. But
so how was your Thanksgiving? Man asked you a question.
It was good. I ate turkey.
I still have leftovers from
as one usually does on Thanksgiving.
Probably need to throw them away.
I made a pumpkin pie from scratch.
Dang, that's cool.
I boiled the pumpkin bits and scraped it all and mixed it with condensed milk or evaporated milk. I don't remember which one now. And yeah, I made it from scratch and it tasted pretty dang good. And I didn't realize this. The shit you buy from the stores has like squash in it and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I said, hey, I asked my wife, did I do it wrong? Because it's not really that brown. Because like you open the can and it's like brown paste, and it was pretty much orange. Like, I'm like, did I forget something? But it was good.
I made a pumpkin pie from scratch too, and by scratch I mean scratching my debit card across the keypad as I checked out at Costco. So.
I did make something from scratch. I made a stuffing. It was really good.
I haven't had stuffing in many, many years.
I'm sure I could make you a gluten-free version. Mine had cornbread in it. So I just got you some gluten-free bread. Everything else was fine. It was just vegetables.
Dude, my cornbread. So any listeners of the show, yeah, thank goodness it's Friday. Ish.
What up, Ish?
Knows that I've been gluten-free for about what now, Max, like 9 years now, would you say?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I can't eat it. I get violently sick. And so I make a gluten-free cornbread every year, and my dad was making a regular one. Well, everybody just started eating my gluten-free one because they love it and it doesn't taste gluten-free. So I think I found something I could potentially sell.
Nice.
The recipe. Put it in a box.
All right, so I'm going to throw a plug out for a company that I know Lance likes. Speaking of like gluten-free stuff.
Playboy.
No, Twisted Sugar, dude.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So, they're like a soda shop, so probably not like the most adult place to go, but they have really good cookies. And I'm diabetic and I try to eat less sugar. I had some cheesecake tonight because my wife's on vacation, and so I'm on vacation. But usually I don't eat sugar, but I went to Twisted Sugar and they had these gluten-free, sugar-free keto desserts, and I was like, I'll try it. It's probably going to be nasty. And I took a bite and I had to look at the packaging and be like, this is sugar-free? And I handed it to my wife and I said, don't look at the packaging, take a bite. She took a bite and she's like, it's gluten-free, right? I said, yeah, and sugar-free and low carb. It was freaking amazing. I couldn't believe it. It was so stinking good.
My wife has had their gluten-free cookies and they don't taste gluten-free.
I haven't had their gluten-free cookies, but there was like this other dessert that they had like packaged, separately. Oh, so good, dude. So good.
Welcome to the Geriatric Podcast. We're your host, Hank and Earl, talking about the home this week. This week in the Jello, we got fruit. It was
what? Talking about cookies.
This episode is brought to you by Binford Tools.
Yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving, Matthew?
This episode is brought to you by Ben Gay.
Remember, don't put it on your nuts.
Mine was good. I could go into a story that's going to make me sound just as old as you two do, and I'm still here making fun of you. Ever since we lost Mike from Grizzle Geek, I've been on this like health kick and just trying to get healthy. So, really, even before that, I had my hernia surgery and all that, and so I was like, I need to deal with my sleep apnea. So I went and had a sleep test done, and that was the worst experience in my fucking life.
Did you go someplace or did you do it from home?
No, I went someplace and they hooked me up to all the little diodes and stuff, and like I walk in and I'm getting ready, and the guy goes, "All right, so have you ever seen one of these before?" And he pats the bed, and I'm like,
and he gave you a dildo.
No, he's like, I'm like, a bed? He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I sleep in a bed every night, man. And he's like, oh, well, have you ever seen? I was like, I sleep in a king size bed every night. He goes, well, this isn't a king size. Have you seen one like this? I go, dude, it's a queen size bed. I had one of those too. Like, I know what a bed is.
Newsflash, they make them in fulls and doubles too.
Yeah.
What was his point?
I don't know, but
That's weird.
so
this is the guy that obviously works at night.
Yeah, the pillows were like super thin. It was like someone took like a handful of cotton and stuffed it in a pillowcase, and that was your pillow. So I probably slept for about a total of 3 hours, but I'm still finding like the gel and gunk and stuff that they hooked you up to, and no matter how many times
gel
I
and
shower,
gunk on me.
They did on me. They put it in my hair, like this little adhesive gel and stuff, and like no matter how many
sure
times
it wasn't like a sex fetish or something? Like you were like being like 100%. This was casted on the internet or something.
Like Aaron had to use.
They put lube on his head.
Yeah, they said, okay, now we need to stick this probe up your butt.
Yeah, Aaron had to use rubbing alcohol to like get it off my face and stuff. It was just
they didn't have to do that to me. I remember I had to wear like this helmet thing with I looked like the Predator, all these wires.
Oh, you see, no helmet thing to me. They just stuck it right to my scalp.
Oh,
I was like, so I slept for maybe 3 hours, and I tossed and turned, and I ended up watching the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye on my phone during that because I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning to go pee, and I couldn't get back to sleep. So I was like, I'm just gonna watch Hawkeye. And
so wait, you didn't have a TV in there?
I did, but they only had like 4 channels, so it was like the Laugh Network that was showing How I Met Your Mother marathon, which I watched a little bit of that. And then it was like QVC or Home Shopping Network were the other channels. I was like, you could tell they really want you to go to sleep because QVC, they want you to spend a lot of money or go to sleep because they got QVC on, and as one of your channels. But I was like, screw it. I'm just going to watch Hawkeye. So I ended up watching the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye on my phone there.
Yeah, mine was like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus.
No.
Like I got everything. And it was like a hotel room.
That must be nice. Nope, this was
And then that guy from To Catch a Predator came out, and
Chris Hansen, he came out and sat you down.
Yeah, it's like, do you know who you're here to meet?
But yeah, that was so I did that Tuesday, and then Tuesday night, and so then my Thanksgiving good. We went to Aaron's mom's house and then my parents' house, and then Friday just hung out, did a little bit of Black Friday shopping, got a new computer monitor.
Nice.
This is your first. This is your first Thanksgiving as a betrothed couple. Yes.
Yep. And, got a nice little new LG computer monitor as an early Christmas gift, and because we made a deal, so I bought Erin a new laptop for her job for Christmas, and she wanted it now. So I was like, well, if you get yours now, I get mine now, and we agreed on it. So I got my new gaming monitor, and she got her new laptop. So
hell yeah.
So the LG, what? I want to look it up.
I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to get to look at it when I get off.
Jeez, Max, he got one. Just you don't.
I'm excited for him. I like.
You don't need to catch him in a trap.
Is it a 4K? Is it a 1440p? Is it a 144 hertz panel? What are we looking at?
It's 165 hertz.
Okay.
Oh, Aaron says Matt is lying. It was the other way around.
No, don't let her fool you. Don't let her fool you.
Oh man. No, dude, I went fucking berserk on Cyber Monday and Black Friday.
I know, and then he came at me the next day collecting debts.
Yep, it's true. I was like, dude, I went a little crazy. Can you pay your the last month or whatever of your cable bill? Because my wife's gonna divorce me because I bought way too much shit.
I thought I bought a lot. And we did get a few things, but I don't think I got nearly as much as you. I mostly bought just movies. And then I
Ish
got
says he's getting a kick in the
saver.
nuts for Christmas.
Getting a kick in the nuts for Christmas. Ooh.
There's a guy on Bourbon Street that $5 to get kicked in the nuts. He charges.
What
I think Sam's told us this story multiple times.
No,
so you
Sam
showed
was,
it.
that was Ninja Warrior.
Oh, that's right.
You showed it on the Facebook page, but you got a couple of pops.
I did.
What'd you
And
get?
they're up. I got Blacklight Galactus and Mike Myers and Michael Myers. I always say Mike Myers. That's Shrek. Michael Myers and the house. And the Blacklight Galactus is pretty badass, but it's like 8 feet above my head over here, so I can't get it. But I could actually
the Galactus one I saw, that one was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed because they have like 1 in 6 is like inverted color, and I was hoping that I'd get that one, but I didn't. They call it a chase.
I was more focused on watching the Suns get another win when I was over at Lance's house.
Yep.
Oh man, 18 in a row, franchise record, man.
Yeah.
Well, I want to circle back to some real quick. Max has to pay you to pay his cable bill.
No. So we have YouTube TV and we split it.
Oh,
but I pay it all, and then so we split it with my brother too. So the 3 of us, because you get 3 licenses. Yep, go Suns. And they both pay me, and I had to go after both of them to pay me.
And then you want to hit me up, and then you want to hit me up and go, "Hey Matt, can I have your DirecTV login so I can watch something?"
Dude,
here?
That fucking bullshit. Okay, I pay for TV. I should get to watch my local sports team on that TV. I shouldn't have to, like, it depending on what freaking provider I'm with or whatever. And then last night I used it again to watch them play Detroit, and it wouldn't even work. Like the whole system was down. So like that Bally Sports app is absolute garbage. Pissed me off.
Yes, it is. It's stupid.
Leftovers Aggie said, I got a bunch of energy drinks and video games and comics and Groot stuff and underwear for Black Friday.
Nice. What video games did you get, man? Let us know in the chat.
Big shout out to the chat, everyone who's here so far. Ish, Leftovers Aggie, Kyle, Patrick, Aaron, of course. Welcome in, guys. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. But yeah, let us know what you got picked up on Black Friday, what you got.
Freaking Ish. Ish is about to make me spend some money, or not Ish. Leftovers Aggie's about to make me spend money. I forgot about video game sales. I got some Steam credits.
Makes me want to spend some money, man. They've got a bunch of every day. His shop is posting these Spider-Man keys online, and I'm like, man, I want to go up there and drop some money on Spider-Man keys stuff. Yeah, like key issues.
Oh,
first
key
appearances
issues.
And
I thought you meant like house keys. I was like, what?
Oh my god, dude! How can you be on this podcast and you don't know what the term key is?
I'm not a comic book collector. I read them off my iPad.
How did you don't know? I'm sorry.
You don't know key. Like, they don't have the term keys for pops. Like these are the keys.
We call them grails.
Oh my god,
they're called grails and chases.
This younger generation and your damn pops,
what the
man.
Fuck, I'm older
younger
than you. I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest person on this podcast.
I don't think you're older than me. We're not playing the what's your age game.
Well, you got more hair than I do, so when we walk into an establishment, they're gonna think I'm older than you.
Yeah, it's true. Even Kyle says, "What the fuck?"
I read
some old RPGs and Deathloop.
Yeah, I bought Deathloop.
Nice. Deathloop.
I got Deathloop for $7.
That's a good deal
for PS5.
Yeah, my brother, I lent him / gave him my original Xbox One because he hasn't had one for since the 360, and so for Black Friday he picked up Halo 5 and we played through half the campaign in a night. I know it's not the best campaign, but it's fun.
How do you lend / give? So you're like, here you go, you can borrow it, and then on Christmas you're like, Merry Christmas.
Exactly. I'm not expecting it back because frankly it's not worth much. So I don't really care. I could probably sell it for $50. So if it means I get to play Halo with my brother, because growing up, that was our pastimes, playing Halo, and we've never played Halo 5 together. So I'm like, you know what? I will lend you mine because I've got a Series X and we can play.
Dude, did you guys see the Xbox dumped another 70 games into their backwards compatibility
did.
was.
Yeah, man, back for their anniversary.
And I'm stoked because Mortal Kombat versus DC was on there.
Yeah, that game's trash.
That's a good game. I thought
I
that game
love
was
that
That
fun.
game's
fucking game.
trash. No.
That game's
The
better than
story's
Injustice.
dumb.
No,
The story
it's
was
not.
awful, but
The
it's fun
first
to play.
Injustice game is way better than Mortal Kombat versus
I own all
DC.
3, and I love like Scorpion against Batman, and it's fucking awesome.
No,
They
You
haven't
play
changed
Scorpion versus Batman and if you bought the DLC for Injustice because they added
I don't
Scorpion
buy
to
no
it.
fucking DLCs.
Well,
Yes, you
unless
do.
it's
You literally
Turtles.
bought the Turtles one.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
buy
okay.
no DLC
Okay.
unless it's Turtles. I like Turtles.
I do like Turtles. I forgot that I bought that. But it was on sale. It was
We
like
didn't.
$5.
I like turtles.
My name's Lance.
I like turtles.
No. It's my name's Lance and I like nuts.
Yeah,
You
I
have
like
the
Turtles.
soundboard. You got the soundboard rolling tonight, huh?
Yeah,
Did you hook the road back up?
the road's been hooked up.
So you're telling me that we could have had sound effects this whole time.
Yeah, they get old though.
Yeah, I played 5 minutes of Deathloop, got confused, and turned it off. So I need to get back into it because I was playing with family around and stuff, and it was not smart. They're like, "Go kill these guys with your gun," and I was like, "I haven't gotten a gun. I don't know how to kill these guys." That's how far I got.
You didn't get very far.
No,
Clearly.
not at all. There was
So
writings on
you
the
were
wall.
You're getting criticized by your children, so you're like, I'm gonna just wait until I'm alone to play this. So you shut it off. Huh?
Well, I ran down there. I was like, I don't have a gun. Maybe I run down there and I get my gun. And then I get down there and they start shooting at me and I just start kicking. It didn't last long.
Ish, I've been playing the same video game for 7 years now on my PS3.
Which one?
I bet you it's. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say it's either Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts.
Do you know what game is low-key badass? That Jack Black game, Brutal Legend, I think it's called.
Dude, I've heard really good things about that game.
I have that one on the PS3. I love that game.
Well, I did not buy any video games for Black Friday.
No?
All I bought, no. I didn't really do much for Black Friday. NHL 14.
Do you know they've come out with new
I
ones?
should have guessed that one, but yeah.
That's
I should have
hilarious.
guessed NHL, but he's like Brody, man, from Mallrats playing the Sega hockey.
Do you know what I hope happens? Like all that stuff that happened with the NCAA and now players can go get deals and stuff. I'm hoping that they come back out with NCAA games because those were better than the Madden games. NCAA was awesome.
I've been getting messages from people that listened to our last episode. They're like, "What the fuck? Why are you guys gonna talk about TVs?" And I went out and bought a new TV, and so they're buying TVs and
getting mad at us. That's hilarious.
That's the same thing
I bought
that
boxes of
Max's
trading
wife
cards for my
said.
Black Friday. Thanks.
Max's wife, I come in the house. Thanks a lot, Lance, for buying a new TV. Because then Max went and got one. I was like, "What? I want a new TV. I can't control what he does."
It's true.
But
That's
man, I know
essentially
a
how the
lot of people that
conversation
there's so much money in these trading cards, man. There's Panini sports cards and
My coworker
Pokemon
goes crazy for
cards,
him.
and like my buddy was like, "Hey, man, you're having a daughter, so you should either do two things, man." I'm like, "All right, I'm ready for your unsolicited parenting advice. Let's have it. You either invest in Bitcoin a little bit every paycheck for her. Like that's not a bad idea. Or you go halvesies with me in sports cards." I was like, "What kind of Ponzi ass pyramid scheme are you trying to pull here?" I was like, "Do you need me to get 3 people to be under your 3 people?" And he's like, "No, man, but we just go halvesies on these cards." He's like, "There's Justin Herbert card went for $65,000 and." I was like, "Yeah, but you're spending $300 on a box to hopefully hit these cards." And no, man, we just buy the card and sit on them, man. And I'm like, dude, I don't know about all that. It's a hot market, and they're going like, there's a lot of money to be made in it, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm willing to get
I don't have
that.
the patience for that. You got to have money you got to be okay with losing money to make money in those, you know what I mean? It's like gambling.
Yeah.
Like I don't gamble because I don't like losing money.
Right.
I don't like chance stuff. But there's people that make millions of dollars just playing blackjack all the time. So
yeah, I'm not good
poker
at
or whatever.
He said, dude, I bought one box of Rittenhouse Women of Star Trek cards and pulled not only 3 autographs, but a 1 per 2 case sketch card, 1 per 2 case of boxes. That's nice, dude.
I have no idea half of what he said. What's
Is
the
the
1
women
per
of
2 case?
Is the
sketch
Women
card?
of Star Trek cards the reason you're getting a kick in the balls for Christmas? Is this something that Mrs. Ish didn't like?
Probably.
What is the 1 per 2 case sketch card? I don't understand what that means.
So it's just like a rarity. So you're guaranteed like 1 per however many cases.
Oh, so it's the same thing with Funkos. Like if you buy,
You paid 40 under market value for the box. Nice, dude. Good snatch right there.
There's a lot of people that buy like full cases of Funkos, like the same character, just in hopes that they get the one chase, and they guarantee if you buy so many boxes that you'll get one or something.
The one chase. But all right, well, that's a good catch up. I'm glad that you guys had a good Thanksgiving. You guys got to take advantage of some Black Friday deals. But let's go ahead and get into a little bit of some geek news here tonight.
Geek news, fuck yeah.
Okay.
We need to make a theme song. We should have.
Yeah.
We say it every week. We just need to do it
every week. So yeah, he said so
Okay,
for every 2 cases of boxes, there's 1 sketch card. It's crazy odds. There you go.
So legit, Lance, you need to get in touch with your old guitarist and ask him if he
broke his thumb 2 days ago.
Oh, well, suck.
Fucker.
I was gonna say, dude, he's good at lead guitar because I'm thinking like this like cool guitar riff, and I'm not good at lead guitar, man. I can't do it.
Listen, you already wrote one of the best theme songs in podcast land, and just on a whim. So
we did,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, I'm not good at the lead guitar. That's all. I've got the vision.
I'm still waiting for that cease and desist from Cosby Camp. That guy seems vengeful. What's on the geek news?
So we're gonna start off geek news tonight by talking a little bit of Spider-Man No Way Home.
Of course.
Listen, I've been so pumped for this movie, and now I am not as excited anymore.
Because you feel like you saw it already.
I feel like dude, between the speculation on it and all the leaks that have come out already and all the images that are coming out already, and I feel like I've seen it, and I accidentally clicked into an article that somehow led me, that was not even about the plot of it, that somehow led me to another article that spoiled the after credits scene that
I haven't even gone that far.
That was dropped by a very credible source, the same guy who leaked the images of Captain America holding Mjolnir and a bunch of stuff from Endgame, so it's very credible. And he leaked the Venom after credits trailer and was spot on. So I'm like, all right, this is probably a pretty credible source. And
I'm really disappointed in myself for following any of the leaks for this, because like you guys sent out a while back a leak, and I was like, I'm not going to read it. And I broke down like 3 days later and I read it because I was just curious. I'm like, I have to know. And now I don't know if those leaks are true or not. Please don't tell me if they are. Sounds like you might know, Matt.
I don't even remember what I sent you.
I think Matt sent it out. But anyway, this was like 2 months ago. But like that, and just the fact that, I mean, this isn't really a leak. I think it's just a worst kept secret that all the Spider-Men are going to be in this movie. That's not a leak so much as just people just know that. And it's just a bummer because you mentioned Captain America with Mjolnir. That was one of the coolest moments in movie history, like ever. And I didn't know that was coming. So when that happened, my wife like started like slapping me on the arm, like, oh my gosh. Like she got into it. And I was super stoked. Like, it just sucks to have moments like that ruined, So it's a bummer that you had additional stuff ruined for you already.
It's like Free Guy when he gets Captain America's shield. I was like, oh man, I read about it beforehand and it did not have the same impact.
I didn't read about it ahead of time.
I saw it on
that
like
movie.
Twitter
just wasn't that great. It was okay, but I don't know.
Hilarious. It's not groundbreaking.
It's if it is the way it is, the leak says it's going to the internet's going to explode, and it's in a good way. So we'll see. But the reason I bring this up is not to talk spoilers, not to ruin any more of this movie for anybody, not to ruin the after credit scene, because I know everyone's excited about it. It's to talk about, we saw the biggest pre-sale for a movie.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Since pre-pandemic. This was the biggest pre-sale for a movie since Endgame. It crashed Harkin sites. It crashed AMC sites. It crashed a lot of these secondhand movie sites like Flickster and all that. It broke the internet, and scalpers are selling tickets online for they were selling them for opening night upwards of $25,000. I did a quick eBay search before we started the show tonight, and there's still a couple of opening night tickets on there for like $10,000, $65, $150.
Jeez.
Like, people are selling their tickets
Wait a couple
online for
hours.
this movie.
$10,000 is enough for me to wait a day or two.
Right? Jeez Louise. That's
Yeah.
like,
I
I'm
never
sorry.
understood that.
I love Dolby. Like, I do think Dolby Cinema is great. I think IMAX is fantastic. Like, I've talked on this show several times about how I love my TV and my sound system. And like, literally, my wife's out of town. So just before this, I was watching Man of Steel as loud as I could on my new TV. Like, that is like an experience for me. I'm not paying 10 grand for a freaking movie
You could have
ticket.
picked a better
I will
movie
wait
to
a day.
watch as loud as you could on your new TV.
I don't know.
Agreed.
I don't know if you can.
You definitely can. But yeah, so I know, like, you were saying on Facebook that you were having issues getting tickets.
Dude, I woke up at 6 a.m. I put it on my calendar. Buy Spider-Man tickets at 6 a.m. and I went in there at 6 a.m. to go buy them, and every single showing for Dolby Cinema gone. Just gone. IMAX gone. I'm like, what the it's been on sale for like 5 hours. Like, what the hell?
Dude,
Gone.
I woke up at 1:30 in the morning and bought my tickets.
I had no idea that there would be people that it would be like that. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that if I bought them that day, I'd be good. I had no idea it was going to be gangbusters like that.
We should have talked beforehand, because when you told me you waited 6 hours, I was like, well, yeah.
Well, I woke up, grabbed my phone, and went into AMC like immediately.
Yeah, we should have talked ahead of time. I didn't care about getting Dolby as much, so I wasn't as invested. I just want to see the movie. But
I have yet to see. No, that's not true. I saw Ghostbusters in Dolby the first time.
yeah,
But most of the time, I always miss out on watching it because they only have one Dolby Cinema within like a 30-mile radius of us.
Dude,
yeah,
that's
not
what
very many.
that's what I woke up at 1:30 in the morning, and Erin rolled over and she's like, "What are you doing on your phone? Why aren't you asleep?" I was like, "I'm buying Spider-Man tickets."
Go back to sleep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, Lance ended up getting us tickets at 3:15 on the Thursday. So
Yeah,
We're
a
gonna get
few
there
hours
real
later
early.
because Fat Cats didn't put them on sale until like 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, a lot of Harkins had showings at like 4:00, but Erin has to work in Scottsdale that day, so I have to wait for her to get home because she really wants to see it too. So I did a later showing so she could go with
sure.
me.
Sure.
Yeah, we had to do it earlier because Kelsey's got some stuff.
I'll say it now, and I know she's watching because I secretly thought about buying tickets to the 4:00 showing and still going and not saying a word, and then going to see it with her and act like I haven't seen it yet.
Oh man,
I fully intend on seeing this movie twice before we talk
man.
about it. But
That was me with like every single episode of WandaVision and Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
You were just keeping it a secret?
Because I knew she wanted to watch it with me. And so I watched them as soon as I woke up in the morning, Friday mornings, right before work. And then when she had time later that afternoon, we watched them again.
I think though that
But now she's not watching Hawkeye with me as a result, because she knows I watched Hawkeye without her. So she's like, just screw it. I don't want to.
I'm gonna do something we
good.
rarely do for this though. I'm going to put a week-long hold on talking about it. So
Yes, I agree.
We're gonna see it. We're not gonna talk about it on the show.
You don't even think we should give like spoiler free, like, hey, we loved it, and call
well,
it a
you
day?
can give your thoughts on it,
I was
spoiler
gonna
free.
say, I at
but
least want to do that.
yeah,
but
don't go
Yeah.
through. We're not gonna go through the movie. We're gonna let people see this. We're not gonna ruin it for people because, like Ish just said, hope it doesn't get spoiled for me on MCM or on here.
Well, what if we do? Maybe what we'll do is we'll pre-record a spoiler version and release it. It'll be its own separate video. What do you think of that?
Maybe we'll talk more about.
We'll talk about it.
but
We'll have some.
Yeah,
plans.
we won't plan on live on the show.
Yeah.
The interesting thing I thought about this movie though is, as much as I feel like it's already spoiled for me by reading the spoilers accidentally that came out. There's obviously something more there because, from what I've heard, they cut half of the movie for press screeners, so you're only getting like the first 60 minutes of the movie, just enough to
Really?
get the gist of it for early press screenings. So
Really?
That's when you know you've hit the big time, man. You can't even do press screenings. You can't even show people ahead of time your movie
right,
because it'll leak. It will.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still amazed to this day that the Luke Skywalker thing didn't leak for Mandalorian season 2. I can't believe that that didn't leak, or if it did, I guess I just didn't hear about it. But
They're just Disney's really good at that. Like,
not when
I
Sony's
think-
involved, I guess.
not when Sony's involved, and the Kingpin thing is
Yeah,
kind of a way. We don't know if Kingpin's on there, but we
Yeah,
all
I'm gonna-
assume Kingpin's there.
I'm going to
like-
argue pretty firmly with you later on about this.
It's been proven. I've seen pictures.
Okay. Well, thank you
Like-
for ruining that.
Well,
Go
if
ahead.
you can't recognize his voice when he's
All right.
chuckling in the thing, that's your own
Yeah.
Should we move on?
yeah, go to the next one. So then it came out earlier this week after the big talk was no more Spider-Man. This is the last Spider-Man film. Tom Holland's out of contract. They're moving on. Yada yada yada. That there's plans, and Disney, Marvel, and Sony are moving forward to do 3 more Spider-Man movies, and that this whole thing is that the Homecoming is being looked at as the Home is being looked at as a trilogy, the Home trilogy, and they're moving on to 3 more movies.
I'm
And then it came out that maybe they're not doing 3 more movies, that it was misinterpreted. Tom Holland is saying, well, I don't know anything about that. So I definitely think we're going to get 3 more movies. And I definitely think that it was not a misspoke. I just think that Marvel was probably going to wait till later on to announce that. One of their
Probably.
pressers or something like D23.
Because I had seen some
Um,
rumors that maybe he dies at this one, or this might, like, I've heard those kind of rumors, and obviously this debunks it,
Yeah, I
Well,
don't think.
I don't
he's
know.
not gonna-
I don't think he dies, but we've been talking about Miles. I mean, those 3 could be Miles
He's-
movies, or
He's still contracted to do another Marvel, to cameo in another Marvel movie. So he was just saying that his contract on solo Spider-Man films are up. So he's probably going to sign another contract for big money, and he's going
I'm
to
sure.
play at least, Spider-Man for the next 5 years. So
I hope so. And they better not kill freaking Spider-Man. They killed him in Infinity War. That was enough. I can't deal with anything.
Well, I
else.
do think the powers that be are eager to get Miles introduced.
Sure.
but it's I think it's too early in your Peter Parker run. It's too early. And if they were going to do Miles, they would have had to introduce Peter a little bit further down the line in his Spider-Man days than
Yeah.
they did, because he doesn't have really any big villains. Like, you would have had to seen him.
Well, maybe that's
however
the
they're
end
gonna
of his
kill him
next
off,
trilogy.
but
Maybe the
Who
end of his
knows?
next trilogy is when we get Miles introduced. Spider-Man's such a big brand. It's not, that brand isn't going to go anywhere.
Well, and if we see the tease at the end of Venom, that's teasing future crossovers, right? So, and they have all these other characters that they're introducing in the Sony Spider-Man universe, the Craven and Jared Leto's, who's he playing?
Morbius.
Morbius.
Oh, geez, that
Thank
movie
you.
looks awful. Looks so bad.
So we see all these, and then Spider-Woman and all these other things. Like, we know that they're going to want these characters. If they're pushing for Venom to interact with Spider-Man, we know that eventually it's going to come. They're going to want these other characters to interact with Spider-Man. So they can't all do it in No Way Home. So,
yeah. But we'll see. Well, I'm super stoked for more Spider-Man. Any way you want to give it to me. Aaron says I'll be sad if Tom Holland isn't Spider-Man anymore. She loves Tom Holland, but they're not gonna drop that. Let's just say, I'll put this, they're not gonna drop that little Venom morsel at the end of Let There Be Carnage and not see a payoff on it.
right. There's going to be a payoff. I have no idea if he's in the entirety of this movie or if he's just in the after credits or before credit. Or I don't even know, or if it's planned for another movie. I haven't read any Venom news when it comes to this. I'm just, where'd he go?
Max, I don't know. He just left. He's like, see ya.
Oh,
but-
well, I wasn't giving any spoilers. I hadn't read anything about it.
No. That wasn't. I mean, that's not a spoiler. That's legitimately like if you saw Venom Let There Be Carnage, you saw what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that they're going to capitalize on that. They're not going to just not
Pay off.
have that pay off. I wonder if maybe something happened with his son or something. Woke up, so he had to jet real quick. But
I never
right.
saw any Kingpin photos. I just wanted to get under his skin. I'm like, dude, you can't deny it that's Vincent D'Onofrio. You can't deny it.
I'll share my screen. But moving on here, Disney Plus cancels one of its new show spinoff of the Turner and Hooch movie. The Turner and Hooch series gets canceled after
was
one
funny.
season. Which Josh Peck. Hey, Max is back.
What happened, dude?
You have
Mike's
no
not
audio.
working. Yeah, dude, I was
My
kind of
computer
bummed about
froze.
this.
Sorry.
Oh, there he goes. Now
I was kind of bummed out about this because it's not groundbreaking television. You know what I mean? Like, it was very predictable and everything, but it was a nice, show, like kickback show, I guess you could say.
Josh Peck is cursed now because every show other than Drake and Josh,
I like him.
it just seems like Drake and Josh might be a cursed show because Drake Bell's now a pedophile, and now Josh Peck can't be on a TV show without it getting canceled. So it's just, I don't know, man. I just feel like that show that show is done for because Josh Peck is cancer. Who
It's a
blocked
shame.
that dude? Did one of us block that guy?
I put him in timeout. It looked like spam.
Okay, good call.
What did he say?
Way to be out.
He just said vask.tech. That's not a comment. That's a link to something malicious. More than likely.
Oh, I thought he was talking about your tech, like your computer froze.
The Disney curse waggle.
Maybe I just was a jerk. I don't think so though. I haven't watched this. Sorry, I've got that like cyber security brain because of my IT degree. So like I saw that and immediately got a red flag.
You're good.
Anyway, yeah, I haven't watched the show, so like this doesn't impact me at all, and I've never even seen the movie.
What?
Oh boy, I'm gonna put myself in time.
I don't. You got nothing wrong with not seeing Turner and Hooch.
I know Lance freaks out about everything. You
Is it
haven't seen
Turner
a
and Hooch?
C-list movie?
No, Turner and Hooch is like an 80s classic, dude. Like Turner and Hooch that's a big movie. It was a big movie. It's a Disney movie. It was a big movie. Like my wife has seen Turner and Hooch, and she's the one that
Turner and Hooch isn't a C-level movie. I'm kidding around.
I was just surprised. Like I thought that your family would have been first in line to see this movie in the 80s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It sounds like a Peterson family movie.
I bet my parents saw it. I don't know.
That's
sorry.
that's a little forthcoming if they have a Peterson family movie.
We're gonna watch Turner and Hooch one of these days, Max.
Sounds good, man. Sounds
Please
good.
don't.
Well, I mean, it's understandable that why you didn't watch the
Sorry.
TV show because it's directly. I mean, it's Tom
Yeah, let's
Hanks.
just say,
Turner
it's
and
the
Hooch is
lovable
Tom Hanks.
No,
Yeah.
I have nothing wrong with it. I just haven't.
There's better
watched
Tom
them.
Hanks movies out there to watch. Than
Oh,
Turner and Hooch.
absolutely. It's not the
Money,
best Tom
like
Hanks.
early Tom Hanks, like
Money
I'm
Pit.
talking Money Pit. Dude, I love Money Pit. Money
Yeah.
Pit was a,
The
I used
Burbs.
to love Money Pit when I was a kid. I used to laugh at when the little angel statue piece.
Yeah.
Money Pit and Big. Big is one of my all-time
The
favorite
Burbs
movies.
is a classic.
Then Splash, and he's got
Splash. I don't like Splash as much.
young Tom Hanks is in
I like
a lot of good stuff.
Splash. Splash is
A
the one with
League-
the mermaid, right?
A League of Their Own,
You guys haven't watched The Burbs?
a Max
No,
and
I haven't-
Pepperoni movie date.
I haven't-
Dude,
I haven't
The
watched The
Burbs
Burbs.
is so good.
You know, I don't even care that it's a rom com. Sleepless in Seattle. That's a good one. Okay.
Sleepless in Seattle, yeah, that's a good one.
Which one is that? Is that the one where the dude's in the coma the whole time?
No, it's
No,
the one where the
no.
little boy calls into the radio show, a dating radio show for his dad.
Yeah, and they like ride each other back and forth. They meet at the Empire State Building.
Oh, the one where the person's in a coma the whole time is
The
while you were
lake house.
sleeping.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
Oh, while you
yeah.
were sleeping, yeah, I just watched that with my wife. Like last
Yeah.
week. It's a Christmas movie, man.
They all have similar names, dude.
And then
When
you have
Harry
the-
Met Sally, is that Tom? No, that's Billy
No,
Crystal,
that's
huh?
Billy
That's Billy
Crystal.
Crystal, yeah.
That's another of my wife's favorites, though.
And then you got I was thinking the lake house with Keanu Reeves and
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock, where
I
they're
don't know if I saw that one.
writing each other through the time portal that is the mailbox, because they're at the same cabin in two different
It's a
points
dumb
in time.
movie. It's
Yeah.
a dumb movie.
It's a funny concept.
It's poorly executed. It's not a good movie. Yeah, man. This show is better than the Doogie Howser thing they're doing.
Yes,
That show's not
A
good.
League of Their Own is good Tom Hanks acting, 100%.
Dude, have you guys seen that new one on Apple TV with Tom Hanks, Finch?
No, I haven't.
It is so fucking
Aaron
good,
says
dude.
basically, you've got males or you make Sleepless in Seattle.
That's what I've heard, actually.
Finch is fucking awesome, dude. Like, it is so good. It reminds me of like District 9 and like Wall-E, like mixed together. It's really good.
Well, if you're going to give a recommendation, mine has nothing to do with Tom Hanks, but I got really into the Wheel of Time, and I'm halfway through the first book, which is like 800 pages. So I got really into it.
I
'Cause
saw
I started
Tyler
watching it a
yesterday
week
and he
ago.
said it sucks.
So, yeah, well, I love my cousin, but he has some issues.
Max, you want to take care of that again?
Yeah, that's not timeout anymore. That's just block. Yeah, so I agree with my cousin to a degree now that I've read half the book. And I've rewatched some of the show. It's pretty off, but I can enjoy things for what they are, despite the fact that they're different from the source material. You know what I mean? I mean,
like
as a comic book
huge
fan, Matt, you've had to do that, I'm sure. Like sometimes they might get your characters wrong, but you can still enjoy it. I mean, I know sometimes you can't, but like, you know what I mean? Like they don't always get the stories right from the comics. They change it a bit, but it can still be enjoyable. And I feel like that's what you have to do with some book adaptations.
Yes, the Russians are attacking the chat.
I try to
No,
explain that to Jay.
They do. They get a lot wrong a lot of the times, and you have to just kind of accept it. Now,
Yeah, like it's so giving an easy example in the show, there's three main characters, and one of the main characters in the show has a wife. He doesn't have a wife in the books, and they kill the wife off in the first episode because she's not in the books. So why in the world did she exist at all? It's just like it's kind of a dumb thing. So I understand some of their criticisms, but it's just like you still have to learn to separate it. Like another thing that he doesn't like in the books, they're trying to find who the Dragon Reborn is. And in the books, it can only be a man because that's how the lore of the world works. But in the show, they're trying to make the mystery bigger, and so they're like, "Oh, it could be women too." So now there's more people to choose from for who the dragon could be. And I get it; they're trying to make it fun.
Leftovers says, "Yeah, the Wheel of Time kind of makes no sense if you just jump into it."
I agree, and I'm glad I'm reading the book because I understand it way better now.
Doesn't sound like something I'd be into.
You probably wouldn't, dude. It's Lord of the Rings type stuff.
Yeah, fuck that.
But for me, so I hated the first. I shouldn't say I hated the first 2 episodes. I just wasn't really into them. I was distracted, barely even like paying attention as I watched them. But I'm like, it's fantasy, so I want to watch it. And then the 3rd episode was pretty good, and the 4th episode kind of blew me away. And the 4th episode came out last Friday, and that's when I was like, all right, I want to read the book now. So while I was on my vacation, waiting in line for an hour and a half in Rise of the Resistance and other things, I turned on the audiobook and listened, or I read, or I'm about halfway through the book now, and I saw Ish in the chat saying, "Glad to hear someone still reads actual books." And yeah, I agree, man. I like reading. I read Star Wars books more than anything. I haven't read anything but a Star Wars book in like probably 2 years, but it's been fun. I love fantasy. I actually have written a fantasy novel. I never got it published, but like, yeah, dude, I love reading. It's a great way to get your imagination going.
So you just brought that up. You were at Disney. Did you get to go to Avengers Campus?
I did. Yes.
How was Avengers Campus?
You know, it was good. It was
I
cool.
heard it was not that
It's not
breathtaking.
It's not breathtaking. It's fine.
So it's not as good as Galaxy's Edge.
No, Galaxy's Edge is way more immersive. Avengers Campus has some cool stuff. I mean, like you can go to Doctor Strange, the Sanctum. You can go to there's like a restaurant called Pim's Test Kitchen, and there's a Spider-Man ride, which is pretty cool. Like if you've ever been to California Adventure, they have Toy Story Mania, or like the Buzz Lightyear ride at Disneyland. It's kind of like that, where you're like interacting and shooting at bots and stuff, but instead of like having a gun or anything like that, you're actually flinging webs. So it's got technology that like pays attention to the fact that you're trying to fling a web. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool, but it's not the best ride. I think Guardians of the Galaxy it does actually. Every time you do it, you hear a flip sound. Yeah, it's cool. It's more for kids. It clearly was designed for kids. And when I bet your kids, Lance, would love it, dude. Your boys, and probably your oldest girl too. She'd probably love it too, man. Like,
you remember their names, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if you share their names publicly on the show or not. So
they're all over social media.
Fair enough.
My 2 boys started a YouTube channel.
That's true. I saw that. So yes, Lex, William.
Is it called the Pepperoni Sons?
No, it's Old Man Lexi and his brother Willie.
That should have been the Pepperoni Sons.
It's kind of dumb.
They should make Island Boys parodies.
Yeah, dude. Avengers Campus is cool though. It's not the best thing at Disney, but it's better than Bugs Land that was there before. That's for sure. And honestly,
Bugs Land's completely gone.
Yeah, that's where Avengers Campus is now. Honestly, my favorite thing though, I really like stunt shows when I go to a theme park. And they had a stunt show while I was there. I was just walking through, and because Hawkeye's, the new show, they had Kate Bishop and Hawkeye up on this ledge fighting the tracksuit guys. And it was just the Tracksuit Mafia. It was just a funny little skit, based off of the show. Didn't give anything away. But it was cool. I like that kind of stuff.
Very nice. All right, well, what else we got? What we got next here?
We got Marvel news, man.
Oh yes, so we got
Marvel
from
I didn't realize there was a reflection of him in his helmet.
Yeah, so from a piece of set clothing, or whatever they call them, people who work on set, cast member clothing from the stunt team of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We got our first look at Kang the Conqueror and what he's going to look like in the movie via the reflection of him in Ant-Man's helmet.
Looks pretty accurate.
Yeah, looks really good. Leave it up to the imagination. Hopefully this movie's better kept than Spider-Man has been.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even realize they had started filming this thing because it doesn't come out until 2023.
Yeah, so we got.
Why does that say 2021 at the bottom there?
It says stunt team 2021, so it's obviously shirt worn by.
Yeah.
That is a fun word, Quantumania.
I'm excited for this movie.
But yeah,
and I actually like all the Ant-Man movies, and I know that most people didn't like Ant-Man and the Wasp, from my understanding. But I love all the Ant-Man movies. I just like Paul Rudd.
Leftover Zaggy. That's a fun word, Quantumania.
It is.
I agree. That is a fun word to say.
It's almost as fun as Omicron.
Omnicron. Yeah, man, I think the look's awesome. I'm stoked for this movie, but I am worried that we're already getting stuff about it when it's like barely started filming. So
we knew he was going to be in it,
Well, yeah, we knew that. We
knew that well before he showed up at the end of Loki. So
Yeah.
or
that was a surprise though. Him being in the Loki show was pretty legit.
But it
Either
wasn't
of you ever
him.
watch Futurama?
Yeah, but yeah.
Futurama?
No, I never watched it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I started taking to calling it the Omicron Persei 8 variant from Futurama. But
it's been a while since I've watched. Did you watch the movies and stuff?
Yeah. Speaking of movies, did either of you watch the South Park post-COVID special?
I haven't yet, but I hear they just take everybody to task.
It was pretty crappy. I didn't really care for it.
Oh, it wasn't good.
No, I mean it wasn't as good as the last two COVID specials.
The COVID
vaccine special and the COVID special. It was funny at parts, but like it time jumps. So the kids are older now. They're in their 30s now instead of kids.
Yeah, I read a little bit about it. And
Kenny McCormick is like this world-renowned scientist, and he dies, and they got to figure out who killed him.
For real this time.
Yeah, for real this time. They got to figure out what or who killed him, and like in the future, like everyone's 100% like tolerant and PC. So like Jimmy is he's kind of like Jimmy Fallon. He's a night talk show host, and he's trying to make jokes. And he was like, you know what they say about Asian drivers? They're just as good as everyone else. And so like, yeah, he's like taking all these like stereotypical jokes and making them very PC and stuff. So it was interesting. It just, I don't know. There's going to be another one, but I wasn't blown away.
Are they
by
still
it.
doing the show, or are they just doing these specials now?
Yeah, they're still doing the show. I just don't know why they haven't. I don't know when their new season's going to be, but I know they've got the 2 specials with Paramount Plus. And then everything else, I believe HBO Max still owns the rights to stream South Park. So
I thought the post-COVID special was on HBO Max.
As far as I know, it's only on Paramount Plus.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That's where I watched it. I did a 7-day free trial of Paramount Plus just to watch it, and then canceled it.
I like Paramount Plus.
I don't.
I like it a lot.
I don't watch that much Star Trek to need Paramount
Dude,
Plus.
Yellowstone is so fucking good.
I'll watch that on something else. I'll watch that on regular TV because that's what I still pay for.
But they have a show. They have a prequel show that's coming out that's only on Paramount Plus.
I don't care.
1886, I think. So, it's such a good show.
Paramount Plus. The only reason I wanted Lance to get it is for the Halo show. I haven't used it for anything else. I regret having him get it so early because that show's not coming out till next year.
Dude, I paid like half of what it.
That's true. That's why. It was because it was going to be so cheap. Yeah, there's all the Star Trek on there. I need to get into it. There's a lot
of good. Dude, Max, you have to watch Yellowstone, dude. It's so
I
good.
do. I started the first episode and was bored, but I didn't get very far.
Well, the same thing I told my dad. The first 3 episodes, you're like, what the hell am I watching? Like it picks up.
Is it like that show Longmire? Because I couldn't get into Longmire, but people
I haven't watched Longmire. But Breaking Bad, I thought was slow for the first 5 episodes, and look how great that turned out.
Yeah. You're seriously on that, dude?
Yeah, I started Breaking Bad. I started Breaking Bad like 4 times.
I was like, oh shit!
I started Breaking Bad like 4 times.
Breaking Bad didn't take me long to get into.
No.
Yeah, I don't know why. And Better Call Saul was
took me 2 tries.
Better Call Saul is a slow burn, yes, but
dude, what is it? The 5th season of Better Call Saul is so fucking good.
Star Trek on Paramount Plus is gold. Yeah, it says 4 seasons of Star Trek Discovery, 2 seasons of Star Trek Lower Decks, 2 seasons of Star Trek Picard, and 1 season of Star Trek Prodigy.
Well, Prodigy is for kids. It's a kid's show.
All right, so Ish, I take it you like Discovery? I haven't tried it out yet, but I've heard it's good.
Yellowstone is fucking awesome. You're right, Ish.
Aaron's mom apparently loves Yellowstone, and it took her a while to get into Breaking Bad as well. Zach, to get back on track, wants to know if we're gonna see more different versions of Kang in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but then he said that Breaking Bad was amazeballs right off the start. It was, dude. Like by episode 2 when they're killing the dude in the bathtub and melting through the ceiling. I was like, oh, I thought man.
Was that in season 1? I thought that was in season 2.
No, that's season 1.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it might have not have been 6, but it was at least 4 or 5 episodes that because I remember I started it like 3 different times and finally got past it and then got hooked. But the first couple times I was like, I don't understand, because my brother would not shut up about it.
And he was right.
Yeah, it's a fantastic show. I love that show. But
It might be my favorite show. Like, this is probably the best show I've ever seen.
I actually
Breaking
came
Bad.
late to Breaking Bad, and
I did too.
I
The show was
started
over
it
by
when
the
it was
time I
already
watched
in
it.
the
I watched
season.
it. I started it before the final season, and Kellen, who started the show with me, he was like, "You got to check this out," and he shows me the clip of where Gus gets blown up and he walks out and adjusts his eye, and
so
half his
awesome.
face is gone.
Oh, dude.
I was like, "Dude, that's badass!" And
They
he's
made
like,
a
"Yeah,
Funko
man."
of that
So,
where he's half blown off.
so I went back and just binged watched the entire series up until the new season came out.
Yeah, I binged that show in a weekend. I played Titanfall and watched that game for like 3 days. That's all I did.
But
Drugs, not my favorite topic, but it ended up being a fantastic show, I'll admit.
yeah. It says, "Hey man, facing death and nowhere to go, what would you do? Handicap some nagging wife."
She was pretty naggy, but she was right to be that way. He was kind of an awful person by the end of it. But anyway, I'm excited for Ant-Man 3. I think it's gonna be cool, and Kang looks great.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the next?
Let's do it.
To the next.
Talk
Hey.
about
Finally
Hawkeye.
can talk about the first 3 episodes of Disney Plus as Hawkeye. The holiday treat for all.
I love this show, man. I
Me
love
too.
it. Max, I never saw pictures of Kingpin. I was just fucking with you. I did see I did see something that people are debating whether it's real or not. But
I'm not. So when I
It
said I wanted
is.
to
It's
argue with you,
Kingpin.
it's probably. I think it's Kingpin, and it's probably Vincent D'Onofrio because he's
it's most
extremely
definitely
well.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
He's extremely well liked, but I'm just saying people are acting like it's confirmed, and I'm like, it's not confirmed. It's just
Dude,
likely.
that's his voice.
It essentially
I
is, because that's his
couldn't
voice,
tell.
it's his hand. It is in the comics. Kingpin is the uncle she's referring to, and Echo and Kingpin have a vast history together, because that's the whole reason that her dad gets killed by Ronin, is because he's working with Kingpin. So
Yeah, and they deliberately in the show talk about there's a guy that's even bigger than the person that runs the tracksuit mafia, and they deliberately don't say his name, and they like allude to this guy as like, bigger than anyone.
well, I want to say the first episode, I would say the first or second episode, they're standing outside of Kingpin's house that you see in Daredevil, same building and everything. It's got a Christmas tree up in the courtyard, and it's all decorated up. Yeah, so there's a lot of the same shots from.
It's definitely D'Onofrio.
Okay, so I literally, as you guys were just talking, pulled up the scene on YouTube, and I'm more convinced now that it's Kingpin. But I'm gonna be honest. I know. Take a nerd card from me. I didn't know Kingpin was her uncle. I just assumed
It's not her real uncle. It's just
She calls him
one of
uncle.
those things. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. And so I was assuming that her uncle, because I didn't pay attention to the color of his hand. I was just assuming it was going to be another Native American guy, and that he was going to be massive. And I just didn't know. I had no idea that it was going to be Kingpin.
So the picture I saw, and like I said, it's not confirmed whether it's real or not, was Vincent D'Onofrio, but looking like huge, like wearing like a fat suit almost.
Yeah,
See,
I
I
don't know if
don't like
that's-
that. I kind of like how he looked in Daredevil personally.
I don't know how accurate that is, but
Yeah, it's being debated both ways, but what's interesting is that this came out before episode 3, and he's wearing an all black suit like he was in episode 3. It came out about a week before episode 3 came out. So when the first 2 episodes of Kingpin or of Hawkeye dropped, and he's wearing an all black suit, and it looks very similar. But the image that you see on this episode, he doesn't look like a really big guy. I mean, you don't
Yeah.
see much of him, but he doesn't look like he's this,
He looks like a
imposing-
big guy, but not.
He looks
Not
like
that
Vincent
big.
D'Onofrio. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
look like Vincent D'Onofrio in a fat suit. It's not Eddie Murphy and Nutty Professor type fat suit. You know what I mean?
But we already know we're getting an Echo series. They haven't said when it's coming out yet, but they've already greenlit it.
And he's
So-
probably going to
and
be.
Guys.
he plays a huge role in her backstory, like I said. So
I'm getting so
Figure.
excited now.
You didn't know about the Echo Show?
No, I knew about the Echo Show, but I just now that I'm actually realizing you're probably right and that it is Vincent D'Onofrio. Now I'm like convincing myself. I'm all excited about it.
There was some dude that
he was
went
the
as far.
best thing.
There was some dude that went as far to pull the little vocal remnant from the episode 3 and compared it to digitally compared it to
To a
the
laugh in
Daredevil show.
Daredevil.
Yeah, and it's indisputable. But that's what I was saying earlier. Is they're trying to keep the secret and keep it. They should have had him be silent because it's definitely him.
Then today it came out that Yelena Belova they basically already spoiled that she is going to show up in this because one of the writers said how many times they had to beg Marvel and Disney Studios to let them agree to use Elena in this show for a short period of time. So
I was convinced she was going to be in it anyway, just because of the after credit scene in Black Widow.
there you go, Ish. It's not Kingpin, it's Mephisto.
It's Evan Peters as Quicksilver. Yeah. Did you guys see there was an image that leaked of somebody in an all black, it looks like Night Monkey from the last Spider-Man movie.
No,
And there's rumors that it could be Yelena.
I don't know where you guys see all this stuff. I don't ever see leaks.
Twitter.
Unless you send them to me.
Dude, yeah, Twitter's a cesspool of it.
I don't
man.
go on Twitter. The only thing I ever see on Twitter is politics. I just never get on there. I'm just like, oh, this place is a
Yeah, I
cesspool of
follow
horribleness.
certain people that talk about Marvel stuff all the time, but it looks like Night Monkey it looks like it could be Tom Holland in the Night Monkey suit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I was on IMDb the other day, and it said that Florence Pugh was in 4 episodes, but that's clearly not the case because there's only 3 left, and she wasn't in this latest one. So,
Yes, it is. It is a new Star Wars movie. I fat fingered the poll I ran and I put No Way Hope instead of Home.
oh,
Yeah, when did we start getting polls? Because I've got it playing over here.
I just tried it for the first time.
yeah, I
Is
saw
that
the poll
something new?
too.
Yeah.
And I just noticed maybe 5 minutes ago that our logo is in the top right hand.
Oh, I
man.
noticed that immediately. And
It's not
and
that
this,
stupid duck anymore.
we've got Matt upgraded us, man. I've got the slideshow downloaded onto my PC and directly in StreamYard here rather than having to share my screen, and it's way easier.
Oh,
But anyway, all we've talked about I think so far is Kingpin pretty much. What do we think about the show?
the one shot. So what I thought was funny is you get the little Kingpin tease, right? And Kingpin was in Daredevil, which is known for all their one shot things, and then we get a one shot scene in the show with the driving of running away from the tracksuit mafia, and it was a badass scene, that whole one shot scene. And I just thought it was kind of funny. I don't know if that was intentional because of Daredevil or whatever, but that scene was pretty cool.
So far, I mean, episode 3, I think, really solidified it for me. After episode 2, I was like, all right, and I was kind of like, whatever. It's another superhero show, right? It was like, I like Hailey Steinfeld. I think she's great as Kate Bishop, but I was kind of just
I love her in this show.
I was like, all right, and then episode 3 kind of solidified it to me with all the action, and I like the way they incorporated how his hearing is going.
I love that.
deaf and having how he's trying to read lips and having to sign and all that when he's just ignoring everybody when he gets his hearing aid smashed. And
I didn't realize that. Ish, I need to watch that.
If you're listening, Ish says that the Battle of New York flashback in
sorry.
episode 1 was also a one shot.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't either.
Watch it again.
I'm gonna have to watch it again too. Yeah, dude, I really have been enjoying the show. I've liked it since episode 1, but ever since Haley Steinfeld was in Bumblebee and she made me like Transformers again, I've just been like, anything that she's in, I'm interested. I really like her. So I've always liked Hawkeye. I'm one of those people that likes Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, but Kate Bishop's better. She steals the show. She is so good.
I just noticed in this picture he's wearing purple, where he was adamantly against that in the last episode.
Oh yeah, they're definitely
Yeah, I like how they incorporated that
the drawing
of him in his original costume
with the H
That was
on his
funny.
forehead.
Yeah.
Yes.
He goes, "My wife would divorce me."
Losa says, I'm selling all Hawkeye Kate Bishop books. Just keep your first appearance. There you go, man. That's what you gotta do.
So Mockingbird is showing up, right? Yeah, this is a Katniss Everdeen story there, Sticks.
No, are you talking about Mockingbird from isn't that who what's her face played in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Oh, my bad. I thought he was making a joke about
What's her name?
I was thinking Mockingjay from Hunger Games.
What's Adrian Pilecki or she's
Yeah, I know
in
who you're
Agents of
talking
S.H.I.E.L.D.
about.
Wasn't her character Mockingbird?
I can't remember what her character's name was. You might be right.
Is that who you're talking to, Sticks? We're talking about?
I don't know if she's gonna be. She was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I don't know if Mockbird's actually gonna show up in Hawkeye yet.
Is
Yeah,
that
she
is
was
that
in
what
Agents of-
is that
yeah.
who she was playing?
Yeah, she was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah.
I don't remember. They were supposed to do a spin-off with those two, with Mockingbird and whatever the guy is that's with her in that show, and it got canceled.
It says, but the new Hawkeye Kate Bishop comic is pretty bad. I bought the first issue. I haven't read it yet. So I'm glad now that you tell me it's bad, I'll mark that off of my buy list.
So do we think that her soon to be stepdad is the villain, or are they misdirecting us?
So he's supposed to be playing Swordmaster, who is originally so here's something I don't know if you guys know. So take it. So Echo was the original Ronin, and Hawkeye didn't become Ronin until later. And that Swordmaster, the guy, her stepfather in the show, is actually the person who trained Hawkeye. So he's like a master of Hawkeyes. So I'll be interested to see if they go that route.
You're talking about Kate Bishop's stepfather?
Yeah, in the show, he plays a character from the comics called Swordmaster who trained Hawkeye.
Oh, that would be cool if this guy actually like worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. or something at one time and trained him.
Okay. It would have been before S.H.I.E.L.D.
Before S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Before he joined
Okay.
S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah. But
Well, he's obviously hiding how good he is with his weapons, because she even talks about how he was able to parry against her in episode 2, I think.
She talks about went for the death strike and he easily parried it.
Oh,
yeah, and
he took her out quick.
she was saying how she knows how good he is, but he kind of like plays it off as. So.
Well, he seems shady. It seems clear that he's shady, but I know Marvel and other shows deliberately misdirect fans, so that's why I was asking if we think.
Well, we also don't know Hawkeye maybe knows this person, because it doesn't show.
Was just saying is that yeah.
Well, I'm just saying in the show, like it doesn't ever have Hawkeye look at him. He just has a sword to his throat, and then it cuts.
Yeah, well, he's got the Ronin sword to his throat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and then he says something to Hawkeye. I can't remember what he says. If it's just hello or something, but
stop or
don't move or something like that.
Yeah, don't move or something.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and then it cut, dude. That happened, and I was thinking there was going to be like a few more minutes of show, and then it goes to credits. I'm like, F this.
This show's way too short. Each episode's way too short. I will say that.
And it's only 6 episodes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 6 episode.
But they're only like
there's
34
only 3
minute
episodes left. So
yeah. With all the 8-minute credits, they're like 36 minutes or something.
I liked the Pym arrow though.
That was awesome.
The car chase and tells her to shoot straight up, and then he hits the Pym arrow, and just a massive arrow comes out of nowhere. That was cool.
So my brother was asking me yesterday, what was your favorite trick arrow? Would that be your favorite trick arrow, Matt?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Lance?
Of the one that got the most laughs out of me was the plunger one. When when she shoots the plunger and it just sticks to the windshield, she's like, "What the hell?" I laughed pretty hard when I saw that, and then later he uses it to just put him, get on the train.
My favorite was the USB arrow. That was just
yeah,
hilarious.
that's pretty good. It just gets in the chest. I forgot about that one.
I also just found it hilarious when they're driving and he grabs like 4 arrows. The too dangerous, and then she gives him one that says, and he says it's okay, and then it explodes the car. She's like, "You have 4 arrows more dangerous than that one?"
Yeah. It's good. I like this show. I'm looking forward to it. But dude, I want a full 10 episode season of something with hour-long episodes, like the Netflix treatment. Like, I want something substantial, because Spider-Man's gonna come out, and then we have one more episode of Hawkeye after Spider-Man comes out.
Yeah, Stick Boy says that USB arrow was a nod to the What If series.
Yeah, it sounded familiar. I was like, I know I've seen the USB arrow before.
So we have one episode of Hawkeye out after Spider-Man, I think,
Yes.
and then we have nothing until May, right?
No, that's not true. We've got the Book of Boba Fett that starts December 29th.
That's not Marvel. I'm just talking about Marvel.
No, well, dude, you got to think. You've got. I don't know when.
Are there any shows before Doctor Strange in May? I don't know if there are.
Moon Knight comes out yet, right? Or
I think doesn't Miss Marvel come out early 2022?
I thought they pushed it back.
No,
but they also it could
talk about
be
the show.
It could be that one of these shows comes out in March, and they just haven't told us that yet. Because I don't think the Hawkeye release date came out until like a month before it started. So they may just be waiting.
Well, they kept saying it's going to come out at the end of 2021, and nobody knew when at the end of 2021. And they're like, well, it better come out soon, because the end of 2021 is almost here.
Yeah. So far this is the 4th Marvel show, right? WandaVision, Loki, Falcon, and then this. Well, we'll count What If. So this is the 5th. Where is it currently ranking for you? I'm sure it's not number 5, because What If is probably number 5 for both of you.
Yeah, I mean, right now for me, it probably goes Falcon, Winter Soldier, this WandaVision, Loki.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Falcon and Winter Soldier is a lot lower for me. Mine's probably WandaVision, Loki, Falcon than this.
Mine's probably WandaVision, Loki, or Loki, WandaVision. Those two are interchangeable for me. They're both so good. And then this, and then Falcon.
The only reason Falcon's above this so far is because Falcon and Winter Soldier is over. And so I've seen some of the cool stuff. We haven't gotten all the cool reveals in this one yet. I could see this one. I could see myself liking this better than Falcon and Winter Soldier. But for now, we're only halfway through, and we don't know enough.
There was some issues I had with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I haven't had those same issues with this show yet. For Falcon and Winter Soldier, Carly
Morgenthau
is fantastic. I mean, so far, but we saw more of her. I like her better than Echo so far, but we saw more of her. So Echo might overpass her, but she was just fantastic. That girl was amazing.
I actually think I find Echo a more interesting character than Carly already.
I just don't know enough about her yet.
Carly didn't get really much character development.
But that girl was such a fantastic actress. She played that part beautifully. Really
Stick Boy says for him, Wanda, Falcon, Loki, Hawkeye so far. And What If last?
Pretty close to my list.
What If will be? I don't see anything getting worse than What If.
I mean, I liked What If more than you guys, but
what I'm looking at here from November says that right now so Hawkeye November 24th, then Marvel in summer 2022. Moon Knight 2022, She-Hulk 2022, What If Season 2 2022. They don't have release dates yet. But yeah,
it does say summer though.
Even though that's fine, because look, you got Spider-Man No Way Home in December. Then you've got this is for me anyways. So I've got Spider-Man December, then I've got Book of Boba Fett the end of December into January. Then I've got Letterkenny season 10.
Hell yeah.
And then you've got Morbius in March. You've got the Batman in
Morbius
March.
is March. I thought it was in January. They pushed it back
January?
again.
No, maybe it is January. Maybe I'm thinking so.
Pretty sure it's January.
March.
I'm pretty sure it's
But-
January 18th
okay.
or something like
So
that.
then you got Morbius in January, but then you've got the Batman in March. So like there's just so much stuff to look forward to that I don't even know if you'll miss the Marvel TV shows.
I'm not going to be.
Batman comes out on my birthday.
I've got plenty. I've got video games that are going to be interesting me in February. I've got a new expansion for Destiny in February. I got Horizon Forbidden West in February. Dude, I'm going to be plenty busy. I got we got Witcher season 2 coming out December 17th along with Spider-Man. I am going to be.
You're in the wrong place for dirty flippers ish.
I just like I was just speaking to Marvel specifically.
Yeah,
I
know.
when I get, I don't have to stew in my own, hypothesis for for 5 months.
I like getting a break. Oddly enough,
I don't know.
Well, I mean, too, depending on which way Omicron Persei 8 variant goes, we're getting cons back. Like they just had San Diego Comic-Con, the special event San Diego Comic-Con last weekend. Yeah, Cobra Kai season 4 on December 31st.
Heck yeah, dude.
They just had, like I said, the San Diego Comic-Con special event last weekend. They are doing I know Emerald City's going, and so cons are back. So
New York Comic-Con, I think it's normally like what, February?
New York already went. No, they already had New York.
WonderCon is in February, right?
Yeah, and so they've got WonderCon in usually February, March time-ish, and then you're gonna have Phoenix going in May of next year during a normal time, and hopefully San Diego goes off next summer. So I just think it's depending on how the Omicron Persei 8 variant plays out, cons are kind of ramping up again. So I don't think you're gonna have so much information coming out. And I don't think you're gonna notice that big of a time lapse or time gap, I should say, between these shows, because you're not going to be stuck in your house waiting for something new to come out.
Doesn't it feel like there's been more information coming out about Spider-Man, and isn't it interesting that we haven't had any cons to release this information?
Right.
Isn't that weird? Because I feel like the cons were always a huge, especially San Diego was always a huge jumping point for new rumors and new information and stuff.
And you got to think too, all this stuff that's coming out is how many people are stuck in their houses. So where they're filming these places in New York or wherever they're filming these, everyone's around now. People aren't out busy doing their lives. People are still working from home. So you could be sitting there in your apartment building and they're filming Spider-Man below you, and you're like, oh snap, and you're getting
there's
stuff
Toby
on video. Yeah. People got nothing better to do than get leaks. But
did you see? So there's what's that Marvel mobile game? I think it's called Contest of Champions or something like that. That there's a Spider-Man event going on right now, and there's 3 levels that tease Toby, Andrews, and Tom's names. So
really?
The first level is called To Be or Not to Be. The second one is and something it's all. And the last episode was tomfoolery. So they're releasing all these little
knows
things.
They're in this movie. It's not a secret anymore at this point. They shouldn't even have digitally removed him from the trailer, because everyone knows it's the worst kept secret in Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, hey, do we have any more that we want to say about Hawkeye?
Like I said, I loved it. I think you should check it out. I like Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye though. I really like the dynamic between him and his family, especially him and his wife. And you get to see in the series that his wife is a little bit more privy to information than you think she is in the movies. So she kind of knows what's going on with him and all of that.
And she's freaking hot, dude.
I like
crush on her forever.
I like the Christmas time set.
I love that.
I love
that's cool.
I loved the Steve Rogers play. I laughed at it. That's one of my favorite parts when he's in the play and he's like, that guy right there, Ant-Man, he wasn't even there. He's just critiquing the play, and it's so good.
This show kind of reminds me, like, for a long time, Marvel had this thing where they were taking like typical movie genres and like turning them on their head, and kind of like Ant-Man was like a heist movie. Then you have the political drama, which was Captain America Winter Soldier, and they were kind of taking all these movies and spinning them. Hawkeye is kind of going back to that, where they took like a Christmas set movie and kind of turned it on its head and turned it into a
kind of like
superhero.
Marvel's version of Die Hard almost.
I was thinking
Yeah.
it's like a Christmas buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just like these two new partners and their struggle together, and we're
Tyler
already
must
seeing
love
them.
it then. It's Stuber.
Stuber is great though, dude. It's not a 5 out of 5, but it was really good.
Okay.
Well, speaking of heists, have either of you watched Red Notice yet on Netflix?
I haven't.
No, it looks so bad.
I actually really enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it because Gal Gadot, but
It's got a lot of twists and turns in it that you don't see coming.
that's good.
Nice.
Ryan Reynolds is really funny in it, and so is The Rock. So,
Breaking news: Extraction 2 is set in the snow.
ooh.
Oh, is it?
That came on my Twitter feed today.
I didn't
It
mind.
was a
Extraction.
set picture of them in the snow. It was like, holy crap, it's in the snow. The last one was in the desert. This one's in the snow. So apparently that was newsworthy. Yeah. I don't know.
How about the new trailer for I didn't grab a slide for it in time, but the new trailer that we got today for, well, we can talk about Matrix first. That's fine.
Oh, sorry. That's what I thought you were.
What
transitioning.
trailer you
No,
talking
I
about?
was gonna
Peacemaker?
say the new trailer for Peacemaker.
Oh, dude, that show looks fucking awesome.
Oh, it looks hilarious.
That show, judging by the trailer, I think I might like it more than the Suicide Squad movie. I enjoyed
That
it.
would be high praise, man, because I loved the Suicide Squad.
I
was
liked
so
Suicide
good.
Squad. I didn't love it. It was better than the last one, that's for damn sure. And King Shark is
Oh,
awesome, but
I was grinning from ear to ear like the whole Suicide Squad movie.
yeah, you also grin from ear to ear from Man of Steel.
You like Man of Steel. Stop it.
I tolerate Man of Steel.
You like it. You
When
don't
I know
like
what the
Batman v
alternative-
Superman, but
When I know the alternative is Batman v Superman, Man of Steel just gets,
know, as soon
gets
as-
up there
soon as
by
the,
technicality.
as soon as the show's over, I'm watching Batman v Superman and then Justice League after that.
Oh my god.
And you're going to slowly slip into a coma.
But anyway, yeah, dude, Peacemaker was great. It looks so funny. Like, what did he say about education? I put it in our chat because I found the quote so funny. He's like, "That's for dorks."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks good. It doesn't look like John Cena playing somebody. It looks like John Cena's actually playing.
He's playing the Peacemaker.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he loved this role. School wasn't my bad. School wasn't my bad. It's for dorks, or my bag. It's for
Yeah.
dorks.
Yep.
Yeah,
there was
I
a
like-
lot of funny quotes in that like minute
Yeah,
and like 12
that eagle's
seconds
not
or
gonna
whatever
shit
it
in
was.
my car, is he? It's an eagle, man. You can't take away his freedom.
But it also showed, the trailer also showed him with a little bit of
Morality?
a conscience. Yeah,
Yeah.
when he's asked to
And
kill
it-
those kids.
It gave you an idea of why he is the way he is based on how his dad treats him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which
You know,
is
a little bit of
dad.
Jamie Tart, a little Jamie Tart style, you know.
Is that the same? Is that the same dad from the Zoolander movie? No,
it?
it's
I
not.
don't
But
think
they
so.
got the same haircut, I think.
It is a similar haircut, the slick back hair.
But it's like the sides are like kind of shaved and it's like kind of poofed up a little bit.
I just
Okay.
know that the girls will go crazy for when he has to fight in his underwear.
Got to throw that scene in there, right?
Yeah. But
So Stick says he falls asleep every time The Matrix is on.
I'm
That
right there
bums
with
me
him.
out, dude. The Matrix is one of my favorite movies ever. Like the original. I understand the second two aren't as good. Like 2 and 3 are they go out in some weird directions. But the first one was so revolutionary for its time back in 1999. And I'm excited about this.
Don't
new
say
one.
back in 1999.
Well,
makes
I'll
me
it's
admit
feel
it.
old
I'm
as
right.
shit.
I'm right there with Sticks. I've never watched The Matrix, any of them.
dude.
They've always bored me. I have no interest in any of the Matrix movies.
Do you not like action movies?
I do, but not The Matrix. I just
Oh, it's so good.
I don't care for The Matrix.
Oh, you're pulling the haircut up for Peacemakers yet, Dad?
Yeah, that's definitely Zoolander.
It does
Whoa,
have
what
a-
the heck happened?
You zoomed in too much.
Super zoomed in.
What the hell? I
that's
forgot
an
I
ugly
was
looking
using the
haircut.
keystroke. I'm on my PC. I was using the keystrokes for my Mac.
Oh, and I just noticed the eagles there with him in that shot.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But that's definitely. Let's look up Zoolander's dad.
I like
All
it's
right,
a
let's
Russian
Google this.
warhead attached to a grenade
Yeah.
for
I'm with you.
to kill more people. Will that actually work? I don't know. I just
Yeah,
thought of
that's
it
like
this
the
morning.
same haircut. That's
Yeah,
not the
when I
same
saw
actor.
it's not. When I saw the trailer, I was like, holy shit. There's Vince Vaughn with that haircut.
Yeah, the Zoolander's dad isn't very well liked in Hollywood these days. He's an outspoken conservative. That's
Isn't that
a big
Angelina
no-no.
Jolie's dad?
Yeah, it
Eat
is.
peace, motherfucker.
Yeah, same haircut.
Yeah, definitely the same haircut. Well,
Yeah.
the other one's a little more buzzed on the sides for Peacemaker's dad.
But it definitely looks Zoolander-esque.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely calls back to it. But yeah, dude, I think the Matrix Resurrections trailer looks really interesting. The whole concept of it, if you've seen the first Matrix movie, there's like a line about how like a glitch in the Matrix or deja vu is when there's a glitch in the Matrix, somebody changed something. And basically this like 1 minute teaser trailer is kind of outlining the fact that this new movie, it appears someone changed something in the Matrix, and that's why Morpheus is a different actor. It's why Neo is still alive and Trinity is still alive. And I'm just stoked, dude. It made me more stoked for the movie. I didn't realize you weren't into the Matrix though, Matt. I had no idea.
Oh, yeah, I'm not I've tried to watch the first one a couple times and it bores the living shit out of me.
I don't know. She wasn't talking about Max's opinion on the Matrix, but I just thought that this comment would also be good for what Max was talking about right now. I don't like the Matrix either, man. I think you're dumb.
Well, then
as
I guess
shit.
we don't have to talk about it. We'll move on. I was all excited. No one wants to nerd out with me.
it, but
You're
I just-
excited. I tease you, Max. It's fine. I don't know. The first one was cool, but
The first one's so good. I can't believe you guys. This
I
is
like
really shocking to me.
Equilibrium better.
Equilibrium is also very good. That's a great movie.
The trailer is cool as heck, Max.
But like
There
they're
you
kind
go.
of shot very similarly, you know, with like kind of the gunfighting and stuff like that. Like, and I think they came out around the same.
It was like 2 years later. I think Equilibrium was 2001. But
Yeah. So you can kind of see the comparisons between the two, but
yeah, but like back, I know you don't like me saying back in 1999.
it just
the
makes me feel
effects-
old, dude.
The effects for the Matrix were revolutionary, and like the way that they shot it, like all of it was very ahead of its time.
I've watched
set
them
the
all
stage.
because of Keanu Reeves. I will continue to support Keanu Reeves, even if he's in shit movies.
Your mom says,
And I'll watch
Dark
this new
City
one.
I
was
don't even
better
know
than
what
The
Dark
Matrix.
City is. I'm looking this up. I've never heard of this. Dark City. Yeah, I've never heard of this. I'll have to look it up.
But yeah, I've to this day never watched Matrix, any of the Matrix films. I've tried, can't do it, won't do it. I'm good.
I've never heard of this movie, Dark City.
Meanwhile, I'm over here. I didn't know Lance wasn't that into Matrix. And so I'm trying to get him to do a double feature with me to go see The Matrix and The King's Man because they come out on the exact same day.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'm
more
like,
excited
well, that
about
would
the
be
King's
fun.
Man.
See, and I'm more excited about Matrix. So I was like, let's see The King's Man first, and then we'll see Matrix second. Like that was my whole
and
plan.
I was gonna go with you, but now you guys are talking about going on a Wednesday night, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do 2 movies on a Wednesday night.
Wednesday night?
I
Or
really
whatever
don't
it
have
Oh,
was.
any-
instead of Tuesday? It was, yeah, instead of a Tuesday night.
It was a day that I would have to work the next morning.
Well, either way, you were going to have to work the next morning.
I really don't even
comes
have
out
any
on
a
interest
Tuesday.
in The King's Man either.
I'm less interested in The King's Man. Like, I love the 2 Kingsman movies. Those are some of my favorite action movies as well, but The King's Man looks kind of dumb. But because I like that universe, I want to see
in
it.
it.
Well, and also, I thought that Kingsman, the first one, looked stupid. I had no interest in seeing that movie from the trailers. And then the Harkins out in Queen Creek was opening up, and I'm like, well, I want to go see a movie for the grand opening. And it was that or Cinderella. So I chose the Kingsman movie. Freaking loved it, dude.
Keanu will be in Point Break 3, Return of the Dead Presidents. Yeah, I didn't have any interest in Kingsman, the first one either, until someone ended up showing me the church scene, and I was like, "Oh, that's badass."
Oh,
so,
dude, that scene is nuts.
And then
And now it's
Kingsman
one of my
2
favorite
has
movies.
the hamburger helper scene.
What is
Yeah.
it with your friends showing you like pivotal scenes from stuff?
Yeah, I know. Well, I have a lot of
Like,
friends
really?
with movie buffs, man, and like,
But they're showing you Gus getting blown up to get you to watch Breaking Bad. Like that was such a cool thing to be surprised by.
I don't know.
He's
I
like
was
the
more-
villain for like 2 straight seasons.
I was
cool
more
he died.
impressed with Hank taking out the twins in that shootout in the parking lot than I was the Gus thing. But
Yeah, fair enough.
Aaron says, I love Kingsman movies, especially Taron Egerton. Taron Egerton isn't in the Kingsman.
Not in
So,
that one.
You won't want to see it then.
But Voldemort is.
No one cares about
Voldemort is.
Voldemort. You Harry Potter nerds.
Yeah, Hufflepuff over here.
That's another
I don't
series.
go that
that-
far. I don't go.
That's another
I don't
series I was
subscribe
not
to a house.
into was Harry Potter. Yeah.
You're a Hufflepuff, Lance.
What?
You just don't. You're a Hufflepuff. You just don't know it.
I do have a sorting hat somewhere, like one that talks to you. I don't know where it is.
I'm just basing it off of your personality. That's usually what it's based.
I know
off
you
of.
didn't say the King's Man, but I'm just letting you know so you don't start saying, I want to see that movie because Taron's not in it.
Yeah, which I think is a mistake.
It's a prequel.
I thought it was a mistake to do a prequel rather than Kingsman 3. But
Yeah, I think he's the draw.
he absolutely is the draw. Well, him and
Yes, Luke Skywalker is in the
why am I
Kingsman,
blanking on the other freaking guy's name?
doing his Joker voice because his British accent is
It's not Mark Strong anymore. Mark Strong
does
was
the
also
Joker.
Joker.
Oh,
the
that bummed
British
me
accent.
out.
Yes, dude. Your mom says Hufflepuffs are stoners.
Aaron
Yes.
says he's hot and British.
She has a fetish for British people. So
Is she talking about Taron Egerton?
yes. Funny
He's got
enough,
a cool
Pepperoni
accent,
has
man.
a crush on him too.
He
I
does.
love Taron Egerton.
Yeah,
I've got a crush on a Brit too, Henry Cavill.
God.
Definitely have a crush on that man. Okay, so I was literally just thinking earlier
Colin
today.
Firth.
Colin Firth, that's exactly who I was thinking of. So I was thinking earlier today about Henry Cavill. You know, usually
While he was in the bathtub.
no.
Yeah,
But,
candles
like,
lit,
but he's
bubbles and a glass of wine.
no. But
Doing
like
his best
usually
Witcher impression.
when he wasn't like a known actor and then he got cast as Superman, sometimes you see that kind of thing and it's like now that's all you can think of when you see them.
No name
but-
actors.
But I don't think Henry Cavill is that. Like I was watching Man of Steel and I'm like, oh dang, I see Geralt somehow, even though like he's Superman. And I saw his character in Fallout, Mission Impossible Fallout. Like it just made me realize Henry Cavill's a better actor than I thought. I think Henry Cavill's actually pretty good.
Aaron says, of course, both of your crushes are on British men.
I knew she was gonna make a joke about that.
My crush is not Taron Egerton.
Yes, it is.
My crush is Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, right. If Taron Egerton walked in the room, you'd be on your knees real quick and be
I'd
like,
push
just
him
don't hit
over.
me in the
I'd
face.
push him over if Ryan Reynolds was behind him.
Yeah, right.
I would.
You'd
love
be on
to
your
see Ryan
knees looking up, just saying, "Don't hit me in the eye, please, sir."
All right, real talk. If there was a male actor that I could meet, Hugh Jackman. That's who I really want to meet. I think he just seems like the nicest guy. I'd love to meet Hugh Jackman.
Aaron doesn't blame you for having a crush on Taron.
Yeah, I don't know. But what else do we got? Are we doing top 5 comics this week?
Yep. Moving on to my top 5 comics of the week. I don't know why I just did a Kermit the Frog voice there, but I don't know. I just started talking and it came out Kermit the Frog.
top 5 comics of the week.
All right. Number 5 comes in at the final issue of the Me You Love in the Dark. Ro can no longer ignore the connection she feels to her unique housemate or the extreme and intense danger the relationship could hold for her. This demon. So it's about a painter who basically goes into this house that she gets inspiration from, and the demon ends up using her paintings to kind of like manifest itself to her, and like kills her love interest, and it was a good read up until the final issue, and I was kind of like, eh. So it was kind of my number 5 book I picked up this week. Going to number 4 was Venom issue 2. Eddie's gone and Dylan is on the run, tasked with meeting up with one of his father's old contacts. That's how Dylan finds his way in a new world while he's on his own and being hunted by the U.S. government. So it's him with the venom symbiote running from the new governor. So
Who writes this one?
I would say it's Al Ewing took it over, but he didn't write this issue. He wrote issue 1 and then not issue 2. So we'll see what happens with issue 3. So far it started off strong. This issue is kind of like whatever. It's still Venom book. This series is still kind of running that Donny Cates high. So we'll see what happens as time goes on. Go ahead and go to the next one. Maniac of New York. I love this book. This is the second volume. The Bronx is Burning. Done by Elliot Klein. You may know him from The Daily Show, Mystery Science Theater 3000 on Netflix. Lots of other stuff. He was an awesome dude. It was fun talking to him. We got to interview him. But after the tragedy of the death train, Detective Zelda Pittenbone and Meryl Aid Gina Greener have lost the trail of the maniac, and the support of the city's copycats are spurring up, and tensions are high, and traffic and the nightmare. So what happens when your favorite unstoppable mindless killer resurfaces in the Bronx high school? Can Zelda and Gina get there before the maniac Harry adds to his body count? It's a great book. It's all done in watercolor. It's super, super good read. I
thought it was Friday the 13th when he first brought it up.
It is kind of like that. It has a very Jason feel to it. But definitely check out Maniac of New York by
the art looks awesome.
So it is. It's done in all watercolor. It's super awesome.
Yeah, it's really
yes,
cool.
Ziggy, he is going into the burrows. Good. The next one, number 2, was the Robin annual. It's like I said, if you're not reading Robin, it's probably one of the better books at DC right now. That and Nightwing. It sort of follows Robin in his Mortal Kombat-esque tournament. This issue gives you a good backstory to Cardiac, kind of his love interest from the first book, and it gives you a rundown of like all the other main characters. This actually fits in between issue 5 and 6 is where the story takes place. So it's a good read. If you're reading Robin, definitely recommend it. If you haven't read Robin yet, it's only on 6 issues. Pick it up. Get in the know into one of the hottest DC books right now. Next one, number 1 for me this week was Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man. Like the Ben Reilly stuff has been pretty good for me so far. I've really enjoyed Ben Reilly being back in the Spider-Man suit. This brought back Kraven, and the Kraven's trap is sprung, and the Spider-Man is set into a hallucinatory spiral that tests his sanity like never before. For Spider-Man to get through this, he's going to have to do the impossible. That's Spider-Man's MO, but is Ben Reilly up to it? So if you're not reading this right now, Spider-Man is in a coma because he got hurt in a radioactive or nuclear accident. Ben Reilly is working for the Beyond Corporation, who owns the trademark to the name Spider-Man. You can thank Dr. Octa for all that way back in Superior. But they have recruited Ben Reilly, fixed him as Spider-Man's clone, fixed what was killing him. And he has now taken over the role of Spider-Man. He's all more teched out and working for the Beyond Corporation. And kind of Kraven ran into him in the last issue and called him a poser, basically. And now he's challenging the Spider-Man. So it's been a fun ride since Ben Reilly's taken over, and I'm super excited to see what's next. And that was my top 5 books that came out this week. There's lots of other good ones that came out, but this is kind of what I enjoy this week. So
all I could think about was the Me You Love in the Dark. Is that what it's called? Sounds like an emo band.
Yes, it does.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what a great emo band name.
Right? But as always, remember this holiday season more than ever, support your local comic book store.
Absolutely.
So
For show.
For show.
It's like if you're in the Scottsdale, go check out Ish and go say what up to Ish, Fantastic World. Buy some holiday gifts. You know, get that comic book fan or nerd fan in your life, an awesome pop, or
Yeah, I should ask Ish to start saving me some exclusive pops. Be like, bro, I'll come in every weekend.
No, you won't. You
Yeah.
lie.
If I don't
Sit
have
up
to go
throwing
wait in
lies.
line somewhere to get something, I'll definitely go to Ish's shop.
You sit on a throne of lies. But anybody, you guys got anything else?
No, man, I'm good. It's a good show.
No, the Suns are losing now by 4 points.
Oh no, that's not much. They can still come back.
They've been
That's what you
behind the
get,
whole
Max. That's what you get for shouting them out.
I don't believe in that crap.
game. 3 points. Sorry, 48-51.
It's all your
Oh.
fault, Max.
So it's like what, the second quarter or is it the third
It's
quarter?
halftime. Halftime.
Oh, whatever.
But they were down by like 12, I think. If you haven't noticed, I kept doing this. Look at the whole
Your TV's over there.
yeah. But
I didn't notice.
yeah, man. I was trying to think. Dude, so I'm watching The Shrink Next Door with my wife. That's been pretty good, man. I don't know if you guys were watching.
Is that a show or is that a movie?
It's a show.
Okay.
So they're not all out yet. I think there's like 2 episodes left or something like that. But it's pretty good, man. Like you start to hate Paul Rudd in the show. It seems pretty difficult to hate Paul Rudd, but
Impossible.
yeah. You start to like Will Ferrell more than Paul Rudd in the show. No, it's good, man. I don't know. There's not much out right now. Like I feel like everything that's worth watching, like you have to wait. Like there wasn't like a big dump of TV shows or like one season that came out, you know, like Netflix normally does.
Yeah.
Everything you got to wait week to week now.
Yeah, so I guess that's gonna do it for this week's show, guys. Listen, we are on episode 294. We are quickly trucking along to episode 300. We're hopefully gonna have a massive show for 300.
I'm working on it.
We're working on
it. I'm hoping I got something good that we can't say yet, but we're trying to get it.
So look forward to that. Also, we are in that time of season where in, what is it? 3 short weeks is Christmas. Actually, Christmas Eve falls on a Friday, so we won't be recording that night. But know that it says if you want pops, you know where to find them. We're getting ready for our yearly Christmas episode. If you're new here, that's the episode where we ask you to let us know what your favorite episode or favorite segment or topic or conversation from the Absolute Geek podcast from the past year or any time the Absolute Geek was, and we
exclude a couple things.
What? No, we're not excluding the pizza oven.
I'm getting tired of the brick oven.
It's all
pizza,
free,
dude.
but it's all free game, buddy. We ask you to go back from all of our episodes and let us know your favorite moments. We compile them into one episode that we release on Christmas as our holiday special. So we have that. So let us know. Let us know on Facebook, Twitter, any of our social medias, in the comments below what your favorite moment from the podcast was, and we could clip it and put it all together. So yeah, we used to do it where you would call in and leave a voicemail, but they've shut off that voicemail number, so we don't have that anymore. But let us know what your favorite moment or episode or topic or from the podcast was, so we can compile that into our Christmas episode, and we'll release that on Christmas Eve. So when you're trying to avoid your family, you got some new content from us to listen to, even though we won't be live there. Your mom says don't hate that brick oven life. But yeah. So
Sounds awesome.
for this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I'm Lance.
I'm Max.
Saying that we will see you guys next time.
All you freaks and geeks,
Come all you freaks and geeks. Let's listen to Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek.
We'll go ahead and spread our cheeks
Spread the cheese.
and drink
And
some
we're for
Cosby wine.
We'll
Come
drink
on,
some
Absolute
Cosby wine. It makes me feel real fine. See you next time on the Absolute Geek